Welcome. This is Forge in 5, a series of videos intended to introduce you to Atlassian's platform for developers, Forge. Forge is a delightful, easy, and really fun way to build apps on Atlassian's products. Throughout this video series, we'll dive into the details of what is possible with Forge, but to get us started, in this video, we're going to give you a high-level overview of what Forge is, how it works, and why it's the ideal platform for building your next app. Let's start by talking about Atlassian's products, APIs, and extensibility models. You're probably familiar with the Atlassian products like Jira, Confluence, and Trello. Each of these products has its own assortment of APIs and extensibility models that allow developers, like yourself, to build powerful apps. For instance, you can imagine a chat app that allows users to move Jira issues or Trello cards into different statuses and lists via text command inside of the chat app. Users love the ability to update their Atlassian work units without having to leave your awesome chat app. In today's world, most developer platforms require that you build this app as a web service. You'd be responsible for hosting it somewhere on the internet and being on the hook for all of the responsibilities that come along with keeping a web service available and online. Whew, exhausting. Imagine that your app needs to store some user data. You're now responsible for managing a persistence layer that's safe and secure and meets users' expectations related to their data. And if there's an opportunity where your app needs to render content, you're likely going to need to whip up some CSS and JavaScript to ensure that your content that you render looks nice and works the way users expect it. With Forge, you're able to let Atlassian start doing some of the hard work for you. Let's take a look at how. Inside of the Forge platform, you're given access to a number of resources to make building an app as easy as possible. Firstly, Lambdas and the Forge runtime. At its core, Forge provides you functions as a service. You may already be familiar with this from other popular platforms out there. If you've ever written a Lambda or used a functions as a service platform before, Forge will feel very familiar. Next up, data persistence. The Forge Storage API gives your app access to data persistence inside of Atlassian's network. No need to worry about how and where to store the user data. We've got you covered. You can ensure that user data never leaves Atlassian servers. That's an awesome thing that you'll love being able to sell to your users. On the UI front, Forge apps can make use of two options for delivering user interfaces and experiences. With UIKit, you provide structured data to Atlassian, and we take care of the rest. Your UI renders with Atlassian-based styles and interactions that users are used to. No more finicky CSS or JavaScript. We've got you taken care of. Or, if you like to have a little bit more control, Custom UI puts you in full control. You build a single page application and we host it for you. This is great if you're already familiar with building single page applications on frameworks like React. And finally, because you're inside of Atlassian, you have access to the API Forge module, which makes it easy to call Atlassian's APIs without making the user jump through wonky authorization hoops. We take care of the authorization flow for you. You tell us what APIs you and your app want to make access to, and we take care of handling the authorization and access grant by the user. Why is all of this so great? When everything lives and runs inside of Atlassian, you're able to deliver the same level of security and trust to users as Atlassian. Customers don't have to wonder whether they can trust your web service to be always available and secure. Building an app on Forge allows you to focus on that core business logic. Let Atlassian take care of running web services and persistence layers. Forge is the fast, easy, and fun way to build great apps on Atlassian. Alright, that's it for this episode. Join us next time as we dive in deeper on how to build apps with Forge.